Hello, hello, and welcome to Stamp with Barb Writer. My name is Barb. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm excited that you're here. Let me make sure I'm getting my comments put together here. Let's see. Okay, very good. Just making sure. Hi, Pam. Welcome. Going to see if I can find myself on my little device here. Hey everybody, welcome. As you're jumping in, let me know that you're here. I'm excited to see you today. Okay, let me turn the volume down on this. Alrighty. I got my big iPad today so I can see everything a little bit better. Welcome June and Lynn and Charlene. Hello, hello. Hi Sue, welcome everybody. So happy to have you all here coming in and jumping in as we are getting ready to stamp some really pretty designs tonight. I think they're pretty anyway. I have 3 projects for you. One is a little more involved, but it's some techniques that I hope that you will enjoy and you'll like seeing those. Hey Sue, welcome. Hi Nancy. Okay, so don't forget to share because I do have a winner from last week. I said that I would pick a winner, and I will tell you who that is very shortly here. Just looking at who's jumping on. If you share the video, I will have another drawing. What I do is I go through all of the comments to see who shared. Thank you for sharing, June. And hi, Taryn. And Margaret, hello. And then I will let you know who the winner is. If I can figure out a way to not take up tons of time and do the fun spinner wheel that I had before, we might start doing that. That was really fun. I thought that was fun. That was a long time ago, if you go way back and look at some of the videos. But yeah. So thank you guys for sharing. I sure appreciate that. I can't tell you how much that really does help my small business as I continue to enjoy my stamping and paper crafting and sharing that with everybody else with classes and all kinds of fun things. So, hi Deb, and thanks for sharing, everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera down and go to the next things that we have. So again, welcome everybody. If you're joining me on YouTube, thank you so much. Make sure that you have subscribed and that you have clicked the little bell to give you notifications when I upload or when I decide to do some more Facebook Lives. So yeah, that's fun. Hi Bobby, thanks for sharing. Okay. All right, let's turn the camera down. So let me get to where I need to go next. And let's see here. We're going to go right there so you can still see me up here in the corner. Let me move my iPad over here and see. So the first thing I want to do is say congratulations to Denise Weiger. I'm not sure how you say your name. But thank you for sharing, and you have the fine sparkle adhesive gems, and these are beautiful gems that there's another color that's down inside here you can't see. It's like a pinkish coral color. But anyway, those are for you. But Denise, I do not think that I have your address. So if you catch this as a replay, let's hope that you will give me a private message so I can get these in the mail to you. So everybody that's sharing now, we'll be putting those on. I'll be drawing, I can't speak. I'll be drawing a winner for next week. Awesome. Okay. All right. So what do I have for you? First of all, we did a Zoom team meeting, and I'm excited for the new team members that we have, hoping that we can all enjoy getting together and meeting by Zoom, also with my live team meeting that we do, which is awesome. we did a mystery card, and so I wanted to just share that really quickly with you. This one is, it's a fun layout, and it's an easy layout. Hi, Colleen, welcome. I did this as a mystery card layout. So here is one of the designs, and it is the designer paper that we can't get anymore. Celebration's over, but I love this paper. I have a special class coming up using this paper and with a free stamp set, okay? So that's coming up sometime soon. I haven't got all that put together yet. But look at this, I'll bring it up close, okay? This is Lovely and Linen stamp set that I use, and I use the opaque adhesive back gems, are the gems that I used. I just pulled colors from the designer paper. Welcome everybody, I see more jumping on. But I used what is this called? Hello, hello. It is Fresh Freesia is one that I used. I can't think of it, but we're going to use it again. Pale Papaya. I knew it would come to me. Okay, but here is the fun fold. Look at this. Ta-da! And then I did the punch and used the other designer paper coordinating in the inside. And this also stands up so nicely. And here you can put your little sentiment or your little note. So there is one, and then here is a second one that I did with a little stepped up, and I stamped the flowers, and then I fussy cut them, and put the white here for my sentiment, and then the full flowers right there. So really the same thing, just changed it up a little bit. So fun ways you can do things, right? So I just wanted to share those with you, and I got some happy mail I have to share with you today. I don't go to the mailbox every day because I have to walk down a little bit to the mailbox, but it's no big deal. Hi, Sue, and thank you for sharing, my friend. So this is a beautiful card that I received. It is from Taryn, Dave, Anna, and Avery. Just a note, and it has I couldn't be happier to have you as my friend. So how sweet is that? But yeah. And then the envelope, she had the same designer paper decorated on the envelope, and I love it. Thank you so much. But here is a fun tip. She did some stickers, and it says card protector, and basically, in order to protect my gems, she just put those on the top and put that in the envelope and sent it along. So that's a cool tip, isn't it? I know that she's doing the 40-day challenge and sending 40 cards for Lent. So that was very nice to get that card. Appreciate that. All right, so let's get started with our first project. Now, I'm going to be using a stamp set that I don't know if it's one that you might or you might not have it in your little basket of stamps and goodies, but it is a great one because there are some awesome dies that coordinate with it. But right now you don't have to buy the dies with it. Okay, so let me pull the catalog out here, and here are the dies. They're on page 173, and the dies we're using are the potted succulent dies right here. I'm going to show you them in person here in just one second. But they're pretty amazing if you have not used them before. Okay, so let me grab what we need, and we're going to get started. So the stamp set that they coordinate with is called Soft Succulents. It doesn't have like all occasion type of, hi Jean, welcome. It doesn't have all occasion type sentiments in there, but it doesn't matter. When I look at the stamp set, I love it if it has great sentiments and images, but if I like the images, hey, I'm going to get the images. If I like all the sentiments, then that's another reason that I buy the stamp set. So, what we're going to do is, this is a red rubber. This has two, I've got them on two things here. So I'm going to bring them out so you can see. This is standalone. These two are kind of standalone dies, and then you've got these label dies here and these two dies, and then this is the amazing die that we are going to use tonight. So I'm going to show you how to do some cool stuff with this die. All right, so let me grab, I'm going to take a piece of basic white, and this is 5.5 by 4.25. Now you'll have to give me a second because I need to just slide over, and I need to do this die, cut this out. So while I'm doing that, I just want to remind everybody about the paper pumpkin that's coming up. So don't forget to subscribe to that if you haven't. Thank you for sharing, Jean. Give me 1 second. I'm going to roll over here and run this through my cutter, and I will be right back. I will tell you that this die, it does create lots of pieces. And so, with that being said, I will have quite a few pieces to pop out of here, but they come out very easily. So, 1 second, there's my pop, and there we go. I just rolled it forward and backwards so that I could get it fully done. Hi Diana, welcome. Okay, so what I did here, I left it on my very used tray, but when I pull this up, I want you to see, okay, that there are tons of pieces that come out of here. Okay, see that? So I'm just going to keep them right here, and it doesn't take but a second to pop all these out. Another thing that you could do is use your die brush, and just roll over this very quickly, but this is very easy. And if I keep them on my little cutter plate here, then I can just throw it, tip it over in the trash. So I would be curious to know how many of you actually have, this is in the annual catalog, and how many of you had received or purchased this or got this as one of your stamp sets or bundles back when we had this available. I think it was in a mini catalog. And let's see, I think I just popped out the last one. I want to get all the pieces out. Now see, I don't know, can you see there's one right in that tiny little spot? So let me grab my poker tool here and pop that out. I want to make sure I've got all the pieces out of all the little pieces out. You have it, Nancy? Nancy has it. Who else has this? This is so pretty. You're going to want this. You're going to want these dies. Besides the great labels, there's some dies in here that you can use for all kinds of things. And this would be beautiful die set to go with the desert set that we have in our mini catalog now. Okay, so there's all my pieces. So all I have to do is take this. I'm going to roll it over here to the trash, and let me throw these out real quick so I don't make a huge mess everywhere. Just knocked over my, there we go, there, and we'll just leave that there. Okay, we're going to use that in a minute. Okay, get my situated here. You don't have it, June? Okay. I'm just looking at comments. Okay, so here's what we have. Now, if you have the Stamparatus, this is a great way to use your Stamparatus also. So, I have it right here, and let's see, we're not using a stamp set, so we really just need the Stamparatus. Doesn't really matter. I think but I like to always use it with this over to the right. And so what I'm going to do is this is actually going to go down here, but before that I'm going to make 2 cards. All right, I have this. I also have a piece of the vanilla, and I'm going to lay this down onto my vanilla, okay, and I don't know, I thought the vanilla was the same size, but it must have been a scrap that was a little bit bigger. It doesn't really matter. Honest to goodness, doesn't matter. So, all right, so there's what we've got. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little magnetic, well, No, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on my scrap here so that I hold this down. Then I'm going to take a little bit of adhesive, and because it doesn't matter, I'm going to just put I want it to hold down, but the magnets are really going to hold it down well for me. So I just want a touch. I didn't even hardly put anything. But I want this on the vanilla. That's the most important part, okay? And there we go. Get that to the top and the bottom. And then take this magnet, gonna put it there. And we'll move these magnets around as we do our thing, okay? So here's what we got. I have vanilla underneath my white die cut piece. Have you guys done this technique before? I have my larger blending brushes. We've got 3 colors, and those are Fresh Freesia, Pale Papaya, and Soft Succulent. Now listen, folks. These are the current in colors that sorry, I'm out of the camera there. These are going to be going away, or they're going to come back into a color grouping, because Stampin' Up! Did let us know for sure that we are having a color refresh. That means some old in colors will probably be coming back and replacing some colors that we have in our different groupings, like brights and subtles, regals, neutrals, okay? So, and then we've got in colors that'll be coming out too. Just FYI. So that'll be coming up. As demonstrators, we find out this information March 29th as demonstrators. And then, so there. Okay, so we're going to use these colors. Now, the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with Pale Papaya. And just take my blending brush. So when you do this, you just scrape on some of the color, pull some of the color, and then you just start rubbing it onto the piece that you have here. Now, because this is not all the way down, and sorry, I'm bouncing a little bit here, sorry about that. And then all I'm doing is taking this and rubbing this in this corner, okay? And I want to go off of the white. So I'm kind of coloring the white, okay? So the goal is that I don't see any white when I get done, okay? So I've got that little section. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to come over on this side, and let's go ahead and color here. And let's see here. I'm going to tap that off a little bit, and then I'm going to come here and then come over to the side. So this just takes a minute, but oh, wait till you see it, you guys. It's so beautiful. Okay? And just lightly rub the color on there. Now you see why you need something to hold it down, and also you want to use your magnets to hold it down. Hi, Elaine. Welcome. Okay. I see I have a little hole that I didn't get poked out there. Oh well, that's all right. All right, I'm going to come over this way just a little bit with this Pale Papaya. Alrighty. Okay, so there we go. Now let's go to another color. Let's go to Fresh Freesia. And my Fresh Freesia blender brush. Now we also have the little small ones, but I want to cover a larger area. And so that's why I am using my larger ones. All right, so that's going to go right in here. Let me just get a little more of that color. And I don't know about you guys, I tend to stamp in the middle of my stamp pad. So can you see how there's a little bit of color difference there? I've refilled it too. But if you pull on the edges, we don't tend to put our stamps on the edges. And so that's just a tip. I try to give you tips that I've learned as I do my thing, you know. So anyway, that's a tip there. All right, so we're getting this beautiful Fresh Freesia on here. I'm just looking at my pretty colors. Yes, these are gorgeous together. I was inspired by the designer paper that we just lost. from the Celebration catalog, the big, huge pack. Now I need to come down in here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my magnet, I'm just going to move it up here a little bit because I want to come down here in this corner and get this in this corner here. Alrighty, so just hold down your white. Again, this takes a minute, but I'm doing 2 cards at one time. Okay, that's the thing here, is we're doing 2 cards at once. So, alright, come on now. Just takes a minute. Okay, so we're almost ready for the green, which is the soft succulent. I want to come on the side here a little more. Okay, and I think I'm going to come up here, blend that color into that pale papaya right there. So, okay, all right, last color. Then we're going to put our cards together. All right, so now it's soft succulent. Hi, Gail. Hi, Tanya. Welcome. So glad that you could join. We are working on our first card, which is actually going to be 2 cards. So, and we are working on using the Simply Succulent stamp set along with the dies that coordinate with that set. And again, I'm going to move my little magnets over so I can get the rest of this, and the whole idea here is I'm covering up all the white. So we're going to have a beautiful pastel piece that we're going to get to use here in just a second. Okay, so let's move that there. I did buy some new magnets. You see mine broke. That's because, of course, they smack together and they kind of broke apart when I tried to get them apart. So, all right, let me see if I got everything. Okay, I think I do. So here's where the magic happens. Alrighty, so let me close this up, and we are going to need the our trimmer cutter here also. So let's move this out of the way. I got all my colors all around the edges. I'm going to pull this up here a little closer so you can see. All right, see all the colors. Now here's the magic. Watch. Look at this. This is so hard to see the beauty through this camera, but this is absolutely gorgeous behind here. Then we have this piece that's going to go on our card. Okay, so what do I have? This piece right here is going to need to get cut down. So let's move the Stamparatus over here out of the way and get these out of the way. Okay, grab my cutter down here. Hi, Jan, welcome. Hi, Carol. And who else has just joined? Wonderful. Okay, cutter. Because, why do I need my cutter? Because I need to cut this piece down. Can you see how it goes around the edges in that? That's where my white was, but we want to cut this down. And I need this cut down because I want it to go onto my regular base. So, let's come over here. And so I'm going to have to go side to side. And you know what? I have some adhesive on the back of there. Just going to rub it a little bit so it's not on my cutter. You know, we used to carry these, but I found them at the dollar store, the adhesive remover. Okay, so let's go ahead and start cutting. So I'm going to start, this was the larger one, so I'm going to start here, but I want to make sure I got equal sides. Does that make sense? All right, so let's do, let's get that, and we're going to slice that piece off so that I have just a sliver of the vanilla there. And then I need this to be about 4, not much, not more than 4 1/8. So let's see here. I think I'm going to slide over just a little bit, and I think I got about the same. Okay, and then let's see what this is. This is actually 5 1/2, so I need this to be a little bit under 5 1/2. So I'm going to, I don't have a lot of room to cut off here, but I am going to cut, whoops, I'm going to cut a sliver See there? I only cut just a sliver off. Hi, Jan. Well, welcome everybody as you are jumping on here. I so appreciate that you are here. And we are making 2 cards with 1 technique here that I did. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I don't even know if I need this to be, I think I can get just a little bit more off of this. Okay, not much. Look at that. It's just a hair. Okay, but I think I am good. All right, so this is gorgeous. All right, trash. Okay, there we are. Get our stuff out of the way that we are going to need here. I know it's a little, it's hard to see right now, but you'll see what we're doing here in a second. Okay, let's grab these things. Oh, I just turned my iPad totally upside down. Ah, that was funny. Okay, we're going to use this mat for right now because we're going to start with this piece. See how pretty that is? Oh my gosh. If you could see it in person, you'd be like, oh, wow. There's a little thing right there that I didn't get out, and it's bugging me, so I got to poke it. Get it out of there. There we go. Okay. So this is going to go on my basic white card base, 8.5 by 5.5. I have die cut this label, which is in the soft with the dies that are called, they're on page 173, potted succulent dies. So we're going to be stamping on that in just a minute. This right here is actually going to go onto the front of my card here. But before I glue this down, we're going to take some of this pale papaya ribbon, and let's go ahead and make ourselves a pretty little, I mean, this just is so pretty, you guys. Let me grab my scissors, and I just need enough to stick behind there, so it's not going to be much. And over here, just a sliver. Okay. And then remember I put some adhesive on the backs here, and it's kind of, I'm trying to feel where it's at, right there and there. Okay, so let's go back over here. I'm going to put some adhesive here and adhesive right straight across to catch my ribbon. Again, we're gonna tie a bow on this also. So come on. Did I cut that too small? It feels like it's too small, but it's not, because we don't want it we don't want to double it over in the front. That's what I'm getting at. Okay, here we go. There we are. Okay. Sorry that you're just seeing the top of my head probably, because I gotta figure out what I'm doing here. And of course you could just go ahead and tie this all the way around. I guess that I probably should have done that. That's probably what I did when I created my sample. But I am going to go ahead and cut this funny looking piece off here. Just like that. Okay, so that's what I want. And, except, yeah, it needs to be straight, Barbara Diane. That's my middle name if you didn't know. Did you guys ever get in trouble and then your parents would call you by your first and your middle name? Yep, that's happened in my house a lot. So, come on, go there. You know what the problem is that I didn't put the adhesive in the right spot. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, that's what I want. Beautiful. Then I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to tie a knot with this ribbon. So we're going to do what they call a faux bow, which you probably learned that early on in your stamping journey if you have been a stamper for a while. If you're new, that is what this is called. It's more like a knot, but it's like a fake bow. Okay, we got our ribbon on, and this just looks so pretty in person. The shimmer stuff, First and middle name for sure. Tanya Sue. All right. My mom usually called 3 other names before she got mine. Oh my gosh, Diana, that is so funny because I'm the oldest of 5 kids. And so, yes. And even though I have 2 kids, I would do the same thing. And I would say my sisters' names and my aunt's names when I, like whatever came in my head. That's so crazy, right? Okay, now we're ready to put this on the front of here. But yeah, we still need this, Barb. Now, one of 2 things. You can use your adhesive or you could use your liquid glue. And I think I'm just going to go ahead, since I am on my mat here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put my adhesive here. And I was thinking it might save me time, but we'll see. Get that all on the edges. And over here. There, it's working better if I do this. There we go. Now, you could take our adhesive sheets and put this on the paper before you do the die cutting. You could do that, but they come out so easy, and really, this is not bad at all, the way that I just did this adhesive. If you have the silicone mat, this is in my basic stamper kit. Whenever I go anywhere, this is with me. You always tell your husband you are an angel, and he laughs. Funny. All right, let's put this together. And this is the actual, pretty close to the same size as my card. So you'll know by the way that you cut it out. But yeah, this piece is basically the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And so what you want to make sure that you do is get your outside edges where they need to be, so that they're not hanging over a ton off of the edge of your card. Okay, there's what we have. Now, if you wanted all of these pieces to stick down really directly onto the cardstock, you could do that. But I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put this right here. Let's take our soft succulent. That's our darkest color. We're going to stamp on the pale papaya. Thank you. I love seeing the hearts and smiley faces go around, you guys. So this one is kind people are my kind of people, and I did not. Did I put these on blocks? No, I did not. Okay, kind people are my kind of people, right here. And let me grab a block. There. And again, this is the soft succulent, and this is nice because it is a stitched, it's a stitched die cut. So they're stitching her all around the outside, which is nice. So there we are. And I have this pretty little spot right up here. We're going to put something there. Okay, stamp that off. I'll clean that in a minute. All right. And then the last thing that we're going to do is take our dimensionals and pop this up. And then we're going to make the next card. Super easy. This is the other thing that's nice. If you're working on your silicone mat, your stickies don't stick to this, which is awesome. All right, and so this little sentiment is going to go right there, just like that. And then I have a couple different, I have the champagne rhinestones, and I also have the adhesive back milky dots. Either one of these would go really pretty with this. Now, if you don't already have the milky dots, I do see that those are in the not orderable status, but they are getting more in. I just didn't see the exact date. So, because the champagne rhinestones go so well with the pale papaya, I'm going to go ahead and use those. Okay? And let's grab this. So I'm going to take one of the large rhinestones, and that's going to go here. And this is just going to give the rest of the card some more sparkle, you know. All right, so let's come up here and let's go right there. And a little small one. Let's come, maybe, where's the flower? There's that. Let's go right there. Oops. There. I got a couple on there. I'm just going to leave it at 3. Okay, card number one is done. Okay, now again, this can slide over a little bit. I think I'm going to bring it over. There we go. Just like that. This one doesn't, see how when you get a card that has, the ribbon has its own mind, one of the things that you can do is grab your mini glue dots, which is also part of my basic stamper kit. Wherever I go, I keep these adhesives, and then put that dot down, and then make your ribbon behave. And there you go. Now it's staying where I want it to be, right? Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Okay, let's go on and finish that second card since we made this other beautiful piece. So there's that one. And then for this one, we are going to use the Pale Papaya background. I've done both die cuts, one in the vanilla and the one in the Pale Papaya. Let's bring this over here. And the stamp set from here has You've Been on My Mind. So let's grab that one, since it's going to fit right in there beautifully. And let's use the soft succulent. Well, let's see. Yeah, soft succulent. Whoop. Oh, good. I didn't get my hand in there. So we're going to ink that up. I'm going to have to get a little closer. I'm sorry. I keep sliding over here too far, so I can't see. All right, I need to bring this down a little closer to me. I'm working way ahead. All right, so let's get this right in the right spot and hope that it got in the middle. Oh, yay. Look at that. I did good, didn't I? Love it. Okay. Thank you. All right, there's that. And let's put that up here out of the way. This is going to go flat onto the other die that is in that set, kind of right in the middle here. Very nice. Just like that. I'm going to get it straight. Okay. We are going to put some little mini glue dots on this one. Not glue dots, mini dimensionals. And I'm going to go right at the very top on either side, and I'll show you why in just a second. Right there, top and the bottom, just like that. Okay, all right, so that's ready. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use this the white frayed ribbon. Yeah, it's just a nice, easy, very soft, pliable ribbon, but you can do some really fun stuff with this, and I'll show you that in just a few minutes here. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and this is going to go across here. It matches so nice. Grab your good scissors, and that is just, I need to cut that right about there, so I'm just trying to realize my line that I need to stay in. There we go. Just like that. And next we are going to put this layer onto that. Just getting it out of the way. Get myself together here. Now I am going to go ahead and I'm going to put a strip of adhesive down across here. And so let's just go across, right across. Keep that straight. Now you could use mini glue dots. That will work fine. And let's get that right there. Glue that down. Okay. All right. I want this down towards the bottom a little more. There we go. Just like that. And then let's go ahead and put this down. And the reason I put these way at the edge so that they're kind of on the outside of the ribbon right here. And hello and welcome. If you just joined, I'm glad that you're here. You make sure to go back and watch the replay because there's some fun tips and techniques going on at the beginning of these cards. Okay, there we are. Awesome. Okay, so there's what we've got for our front of our card. And then now it's just going to go down flat onto the pale papaya. And this is the one that I needed it to be, you know, smaller, so that the pretty pale papaya is all around the outside edge, so that you can see how this just matches so pretty. And then the last thing we're going to do is, again, we're going to use these, the champagne rhinestones. Hello, Barb. And let's just go ahead, and again, here's the medium. So let's do one right here. Let's get the large one, and let's see, what do I want? I think we're going to come right there. That looks like it fits perfect there. Let's get a small one, and let's come there. I'm going to go ahead and add a couple more on this one here, and let's go with another small one up here. Anyway, it just gives us some sparkle on. I mean, it is so hard to see the beauty of this card in the camera, to be honest with you. Now, the gems that I just gave away, that Denise just won a few minutes ago. Thank you. So there's your two cards. There's the two cards doing the one technique. What did I do with the other one? There and here. Okay? So there are the two cards that we just did using the one technique. All right. Now, what I was getting at before I got off track there is, here are my samples, and the gems, if you have these in your stash that Denise won, Fine Sparkle Adhesive Gems, you can't purchase those any longer, but they are gorgeous on here. This is my sample that I did, but look at, you know, they're awesome. Oh, it got it upside down. Anyway, but yeah, it worked. These work really nice with these colors too. So there you go. All right. So there are our first two cards using the technique of the blending brushes, along with the Stamparatus, and taking that Stamparatus to another level as our tool. Okay. All right. Now, I was just looking at the comments here. Okay. All right. So you guys know me. Give me 2 seconds to clean my stamps here, because we just need to do that, I guess. You know, get myself in big trouble if I don't. Okay. So I love these chamois. Just water and my stamps clean. All right. Put that back in here. And we're going to put these over here out of the way. Okay. Now, next, we're going to use, okay, two things. When we have something new come out, it seems like if it's a great thing, it is out of stock pretty quick. And I will tell you that with the online exclusives, those dots that came with the stamps that we're going to use, Irresistible Blooms, are already not orderable. So, how do you find out what is in the exclusives? And that's why I brought my iPad in here. I wanted to show you. What you do is you click the link that is in the description, and that will take you to my page, and you'll know you're at my page when you see my face. And if you you can see what's going across here, but you can, if this will move for me, there we go. It says what's new. There's a new card kit, which is awesome. It looks really great, and you can hit the arrow, and it says online exclusives. If I tap that, maybe I didn't tap it hard enough. I want to go there, so please go there. It looks like it's spinning. There we are. Then it's going to take you to the online exclusives. All right. And of course mine are not coming up yet because I've got 3 things on my internet down here and I'm downstairs. So anyway, there we go. So that gives you, it shows you, look, there's a stamp set. I think this is really a cool stamp set. There are some dies, there's die bundles, there's all kinds of fun stuff in here. So you need to go and check it out. Oh, and by the way, if you like punches and you didn't seem to get the ones, circle punches, I saw 1 3/4 and the 2-inch punches are available in here in the online exclusives. What does online exclusives mean? That is a question that several people have asked. All it means is that these things will not be in any catalog. Okay? Yes, those punches did come back, Lynn. You're right. So online exclusive means you have to go to my website in order to order these, or your own demonstrator website if you are a demonstrator, but you cannot see these in a catalog. Alrighty? That's all it means. You can order them just the same. You can get the numbers and put them on your demonstrator order. You can get the numbers and as a customer, you can order them online. You can go and call your demonstrator. You can email me and say, I want this, this, and this, and I can do it for you online. No worries. But that's all it means. So I just wanted to put that out there since it's only the 2nd day of these online guys. So why did I tell you all of that? Because the loose dots are already gone. That doesn't mean they're not coming back. It just means that they're sold out. And so what they've done is put a hold and say, not orderable. See, it says currently unavailable. There's a little disclaimer right there that says currently unavailable. Now that's for the French one. That's the French bundle. Sorry, that's the French bundle. So don't worry about that. So, okay. So I wanted to give you that tip because so many people don't understand how all of that works. So thanks for hanging in with me while I share that with you. Let me get back to where my comments are. Thanks, guys. Okay, last card is really pretty. And you don't have to have the designer paper. If that goes out of stock, you can use the dies and the stamp set and just use it that way. All right, first thing that we're going to do is we're going to use the dies. We're going to use this fun die here. Okay, and we got to use the flower, the other flower, and the leaves, and the leaves. Okay, the rest of them we're not going to use on this. So let me put that up here out of the way. So put those over here to the side. I'm going to grab the things that we need. So I have Blushing Bride is my base. And then this piece, look at it's kind of a crazy, but this is, let me grab it here. This is the rose gold 12 by 12 specialty paper. And you have rose gold in different different things. It's crazy in the camera with the rainbow look, but it's gorgeous when you run it through this die. So I want to do that when I go to the die machine here in a second. But let's go ahead and stamp what we need first because we're going to put these beautiful together. These are scraps that I'm going to use. This piece is for our sentiment. So let me just grab all of my things that I need here. Okay. There we are. All right. And the 2 color combinations that we're going to be using is Gray Granite and Blushing Bride. So I'm going to use Gray Granite. And the word hello is the first thing. That is going to get stamped onto this little piece right here. Okay. And I'm going to stamp it, come closer to myself. I'm going to stamp it over to the right. Get it in there and stamp that down because I need a little bit of space on that side. Okay, so there's my first thing. And then next, I need to stamp 2 leaves and 1 of each design. So let me grab those. We're going to stamp both of these, and we're stamping that in the Gray Granite. This is really pretty together, you guys. Let's see. I didn't know if I'd have enough with the one scrap, so let's do that. There's that one. And then let's take this one, ink that up good, and I'm going to stamp that up here. All right, got the gray granite done. So now let's go ahead and use the Blushing Bride. All right. I'm curious, how many of you guys ended up getting this one here? This bundle. And again, this is Blushing Bride. So let me stamp that here and here. Okay. All right, so here's what I have. All these pieces have to be die cut. That one's going to stay like that. Now, before I go and die cut, I'm going to do something really quick in using my Wink of Stella and making this beautiful. I need this over here before I get myself in trouble. Taking the Wink of Stella, and I'm just going to color the inside here of my flowers. I guess you could do it afterwards, you know, whichever. But I want that sparkle there. I am going to go ahead and I'm just going to color my leaves with my Wink of Stella, all of the leaves. It doesn't color bring the gray granite color into the section very much, just a little bit. Okay, so there we go, just like that. And you'll have to give me 2 seconds to cut these out, and I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay? Yay! Nice, nice. Okay. Won't take me but a second, but I do have to go over the big machine because it would take a lot longer because I can do them all at once. Otherwise, doing the little machine, bringing it over right over here where we're at would take longer. So, give me 2 seconds while I do this. Yay, Colleen! All right. Okay. I just have to get it all lined up. You know how it works when you're at your die cut machine, right? It just takes a second to get your dies lined up. These are pretty easy to line up, to be honest with you. I found them very easy matching, and I was thankful for that. Let's see here. Okay, almost. We're almost there. I really appreciate you guys allowing me to do this. I wanted to make sure, and I could have pre-done these, I guess, but you guys can take a sip or whatever, but I'll be right there. Okay, here we go. Running through the machine. Okay. I think I got one thing shifted, but I think we'll be fine. We'll survive. All right, I'm going to bring this plate back over here as we pop these out and see what happens. Yeah, that one shifted just a tad, but it's okay. They look all right. Not bad. Okay, there. Okay, let me get these things out of the way. All right, this is the piece I wanted to show you because it is kind of funky when it comes out if you have not used this before, but it's kind of, you know, weird. You got all these kind of pieces that come out, and you just want to be careful and pop out all these little long slivers that are in between. The thing that holds these together are the dots, are really the circles that are in this design are what holds this all together. Okay, we're almost there, just a couple more, then I can move this out of the way. But this paper is so gorgeous using this funky little guy. Okay, all right, see that? Look at that. That paper is amazing with this die. All right, let me get these here and let me move this out of the way. Okay. All right, get myself situated in my seat here. Hi, Maria. Oh, no, you can catch the replay anytime. You know that. Okay. Last card. Here we go. I got all my stamping done. Now we're just going to put it together. We need this little speckle dot. We're going to use that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the front of our card here. And we're going to use the Blushing Bride. So tone on tone. However, I'm not going to use it full strength. So I'm going to ink it up. Okay. Stamp it off. And then I just want to make some clusters of, to the right here, of these dots. It almost kind of looks like you've, I don't know, maybe like a, oh, what do you call it? Like texture. Put texture on there. Okay, see that? It's not too heavy, but it's enough that it's going to really make the design pop. Alright, so there's that. Alright, now I believe we're done. Unless I want to stamp on the inside of the card, but we'll look at that in just a second. Okay, I have also pulled our gray granite ribbon. It's called gray granite, and it's shimmer ribbon. Okay, it does see it has a little bit of shimmer in there, but we're going to use that and do a fun technique. I did cut. This is our basic 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. This is what is this one? This one is 5 by 3 3/4. And then this one is 3.5 by 4 3/4. That's for the inside of the card. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on the inside, okay? Now I will tell you that I'm going to use the liquid glue to put on this rose gold or piece right here. And I'm going to basically just kind of put it here and there and then on the dots. That's how I'm going to do it. But again, that's where having the silicone mat is like your best friend. That should be in your basic stamper kit. You got the bundle, Jean? Awesome. Well, hi, Kim. I hope you're having a great time. Did you see any whales today? Okay. Let's, that's the inside of our card. I almost panicked because I almost thought, oh no, did I do that on the right side? But I did. Okay. All right, let's grab my mat and let's go ahead and grab the liquid glue. And again, I'm just going to kind of put dots, not very heavy because you don't want it like oozing out, because when you use this pretty, shiny paper, you don't want to get glue on the front because then it looks funky and you can't get it off. It's really difficult. Now I'm not going to, I think it's a little bit longer than I need it to be, so I don't think I'm going to go right to the edge here. So, okay, let me see if I can get some on there. Okay, so now that I have glue there, let's grab this end because I don't have it all the way to the edge on this side. I'm going to put this over on here, and I want this right at the bottom there. If I can do this, get my head down here. Alright, and then they will kind of separate as you're putting them down. So just as long as you've got it where you want it, then you're going to have to hold it a second because you've got these little circles, and that is what's holding down, what's adhering to the paper. So you got to hold it a minute till it really connects to the paper. Okay, take that for a second. Then we're going to build our flowers on the front of our card. Okay, I think it's staying. And then last, I'm just going to turn this over and grab my scissors here. And this little pieces that are sticking off, I'm just going to cut them off right at the edge. Okay? So pretty. See there? Doesn't that look nice? Just super fun. We're still going to need our silicone mat for this technique. And so what we're going to do is we're going to build our little flowers together here. So, won't take but a second. This little guy needs some adhesive there because this flower will go on top. Okay, it's going to go there. This one, I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive right on that edge because I want this leaf to go there. And then again, I'm going to go on the top of my leaf here because that is just going to kind of go right there. Okay? And I didn't get all the way. Okay, so now I've just built my flower. I've built my little flower centerpiece. Now, how does this come into play? Let me show you. We're going to take this, and I'm just going to cut a few pieces here at an angle. Okay? And then I'm going to cut 3 more. So I've got 6 pieces. Okay? And we're going to put some pretty behind it, I guess. So, let's see. I'm going to take this and turn it over. I'm going to put some adhesive right here. Got pieces of my rose gold. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and stick that down right there and make myself a little loop. Just a pretty little loop on there. Whoops, that's too far down. Right there, just so it's sticking up. And then I'm going to take one of these guys and also put it right there. We're just going to add a little bit of shimmer to this whole design. It's so pretty. Okay, so then what do we want to do? Let's go right on this side. And we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to make a loop down here. And you guys have seen me do like the Z with the ribbons. This is similar to that, except we're just cutting the ribbon and putting it on instead of making all these zippy zoos behind here. Does that make sense? That's a new word I made up, zippy zoo. Okay, there. And then let's take this piece and we're just going to kind of add that right there. And then we've got one more. I think I made that too small, but I want one more coming out over here on this side of the leaf. So let's do, I'm just going to pick it up like this. There we go. And I did cut that too short. I need a little bit longer piece to make a loop there. Okay, so let's do that and bring that there. All right, so there's what we have. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you can see that, but see how pretty that is? So nice. Then you take your dimensionals and you're just going to reinforce what you just did by making sure those dimensionals are on those ribbons that you have just put together. And of course, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I love your hearts and stuff. Awesome. Let's see here. Let's go in the middle. Okay, there we are. So let's put this on the front of our card. Get all these pieces. Gosh, they're still coming. Yay! Thank you. You guys are liking this. I'm glad. Now, I did that poll. You know, I did do a poll to ask you guys what kind of cards you liked and all those things. And so I'm hoping that this is what you were, you know, the kind of thing that you like. So this is going to come like, let's see here. Let's bring this, where do I want this? I'm going to bring it right there. Okay. And then the piece that I stamped, oh, you know what? I wanted some ribbon down here. That's what I wanted. Okay, well, let's see. Remember I had that other piece that I just cut? Let's see. Let's stick that in here. We're going to do this. We're going to come up and I'm going to put some adhesive right there. Not exactly what I wanted, but we're going to do it anyway because I want this to kind of whatever. Okay, well, we're going to do this one a little bit different, so, you know, it is what it is. Let me grab my scissors, and we're going to just chop off that, and we're going to take this, and we're going to put it up here. Maybe. Nope. Let's just put it right here. Oh well. There. I just wanted it to be within the cluster of the flowers. So we'll get some gems and put some gems in there. But there is what you have, and then gems are the last thing. And I thought these iridescent gem, the rhinestones, were perfect because they just coordinate with this so good. That strip reminds me of the beads hanging in a doorway. You're right. You are exactly right, Sue. Back in the Donny Osmond era, that was the fun thing, right? To have those beads back in the day. Okay, let's grab some iridescent rhinestones, and we're going to put one in the center there, and let's bring one right here. I'm going to grab a small one and put that here. This card is very sparkly, you guys. And then let's come right here with another. And where else? We need another gem. And I think I'm going to grab a small one. And let's just go right there. All right, look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. You guys like it? In person, it is gorgeous. Yeah. Well, thank you guys. I'm so happy that you guys like these. This is awesome. So let me bring in all the cards. And last but not least, I know that there are tons of, you know, we all watch different demonstrators, right? And there's lots of people that are offering this card class. I am also offering this card class as long as the I'm ordering the paper so it doesn't go out. But let me show you the cards that will be in the class. But you don't need the paper to make this one. You just need the stamps and the dies, okay, guys? All right. So I'm going to leave this here. Okay? And there is card number 3. And our 2 cards that we created using 1 die. Isn't that pretty? There you go. There's our 3 cards. They're very feminine and pastel-y, the looks tonight. So, and then again, I just want to mention here towards the end, Denise Weiger, if you will make sure to private message me to give me your address, you were the winner for last week. But let me show you the cards. I am going to have a separate post with the class, but let me grab it because it's featuring the paper. I will change out the dots, okay, because if I don't know when they're coming back. So there is one. That's a kind of a fun fold. Here is one. Could be more of a masculine. This one is using the new polka dot folder. Isn't that awesome? This one, remember I said you could do some fun stuff with the ribbon? Look at it. This is the shimmer paper. And the last card is another fun fold. Okay? There you go. So those are the cards that will be in the class that I'm going to post. I've got the cards done. Those will be the cards I'm going to post and get that out there. So if you want to RSVP for that, I can get you invoiced for that. What else do I want to say? I think that's it. So let me just go ahead and go back here so that I can say goodbye. I sure appreciate everyone that stuck with me the whole time and watched the video. You can always go back, you can always go back and check out at the beginning if you missed some at the beginning. If you have any questions on anything, let me know. And hopefully you'll try some of the cards that I did tonight. Hopefully you will enjoy creating them. Thank you so much, you guys. I really, really appreciate everybody jumping on and saying hello and sharing the video. That helps me tremendously. I can't even tell you. If you did like the video, if you haven't jumped off yet, give me a thumbs up on YouTube. I would appreciate that. And just have a blessed evening. I will see you soon, and take care. Bye-bye.